Hey buddy, it's Crazy Good Time 4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the last episode, we went through classic mode as the angel himself, Pit. That was pretty enjoyable. In this episode, we'll be going through classic mode with the mountain climbing duo, Ice Climbers. So let's see their palette swaps before we get started. So we got, well, first off with the Ice Climbers, we got Popo right here, which is like the main one usually, and then we got Nana in the back. One thing I will mention about their palette swaps is that they tend to switch on the main Ice Climber, which you'll see in just a moment. So we got the regular blue and, you know, pink parkas. You can't really see Nana's parka, but it's there. Then we got a more like a light blue and then like a red one, which is interesting. Then we got both blue, both matching. And then we got more of like a, this one is more like a dull one if you ask me, but it's like a white parka with like yellow gloves. Then we got a green parka and a yellow parka with purple gloves. And finally, I believe we have white parkas and then blue and pink gloves. As you can see from the icon, the main Ice Climber does actually change, because right now it's Popo, then it's Nana, Popo, Nana, Popo, Nana, which is pretty cool. And it's not always Popo. You actually give it they actually give Nana a chance to be the main one, which is really nice. But with that, let's get right into it. Right into Ice Climbers Classic Mode Run. So of course, Ice Climbers, we know, were first in Melee, and then hey, they're back, which is pretty stinking cool. Sane Kobayashi reprises her role as the Ice Climbers in Brawl, with most of their voice clips being recycled from Melee, along with new voice clips being recorded for Brawl. So yeah, I know yet again another character who has some voice clips recycled from Melee. I mean, like, I guess it makes sense, you know, that it lessens the workload, which is good. I mean, I feel like anyone really would really do that if they could. But if you guys remember, if you guys know about like the competitive scene or whatever, in Melee, Ice Climbers were pretty crazy. They were pretty crazy. I mean, on a tier list, I don't think they were all that high. I mean, I think they were pretty high, but I don't know if they were all too high. All I can say is that they were pretty popular, decently popular in, you know, in competitive in Melee. Mainly because they're chain grab and how you can like really cheese with them. In Brawl, it's basically the exact same thing. You can do the exact same thing you could in Melee. And this time they're actually, I think, much higher on the tier list than they were in Melee. They're literally number 2 on the tier list, right behind Meta Knight, who was number 1. Yeah, apparently they're like super singing good and competitive. I've seen some competitive stuff with Ice Climbers, and they're pretty insane. They are pretty insane. But anyways, I think it's time to get into Ice Climbers' special moves. So of course, we have to start off with the neutral special, which is Ice Shots. Well, obviously right now, I'm only doing a solo one, but if I can just get Nana with me, we're gonna go up here. Okay, so Ice Shots, both Ice Climbers, unless you're just solo. They both shoot like a little, I guess, what is this even called? It's basically just a chunk of ice. That like, or pyramid of ice, I should say. That kind of just rolls across the ground, and if you, of course, throw it in the air, it will go down a little bit diagonally, but once it hits the ground, and then will slide a bit. And then slides a good amount too. So it's, you know, it's decent. I mean, it gives it a little boost in the air, which is nice. It's not that much of a boost, but it's, you know, still something. And that does 1 to 3% of damage. Next, we got their side special, Squall Hammer, where both of the Ice Climbers spin around, you know, on the ground. They just kind of like move along the ground. But if used in the air, they actually, well, yes, they move in the air, but if you rapidly mash B in the air, they actually get a big boost from it. And it's a really good, like, recovery move, if you don't want to, like, have to rely on their up B. Because their up B is, yes, it's good, but I feel like, personally, their side B is probably safer, if anything. Because I'd say their up B leaves them in a good amount of, like, you know, it leaves them open quite a bit, and you don't want to really have that. So rely on your underside special is probably like the best thing. And it's a pretty good one too. Even on the ground, you know, if you like start mashing B, you get a little bit of a boost. Obviously, it's not that high of a boost like you would get in the air, but it's still something. I mean, when you do on the ground, it's not really used for boosting. It's probably just used for damage. I mean, it's pretty decent. So, and of course, you know, if both ice climbers are present, then Squall Hammer will get more, you know, distance and I guess height. Yes, distance and height in the air than if you were to just have one ice climber do Squall Hammer. And that would just make more sense. I mean, the whole character relies on there being two of them. So of course, like, things would be better with both of them. And it does 2 to 3% loop. And now for the up special, their actual up special, which I mentioned, is called Belay, where the lead ice climber throws I guess the backup one, the secondary one, into the air, and then while the second one is in the air, they bring up the main one, and then they kind of just like, yeah, boost each other. It's pretty good. I mean, it does a little bit of damage, which I'm pretty surprised about. But like, once the move is used, you gotta be careful because it does leave them helpless. Which is the same thing with Squall Hammer, since that would also leave them helpless if he's in the air. So, I mean, that's kind of the case with a lot of recoveries, how they would just leave, you know, the characters helpless. And that's to make sense. Like, yes, it's to give the character a little bit of a boost from dying, but it also has some repercussions, as to be expected. Although some characters don't really have super, you know, big repercussions for their. Let me try to use Belay as an attack. Some characters don't really have many repercussions for their recoveries, which is pretty good. I was gonna use Belay as an attack move, but I guess the bumper just took care of it. And at the 16%, so it does a good amount. It definitely does a good amount. Also, if they were to attach to a ledge with Belay, then one ice climber would attach to it, and then when the other ice climber comes back up, they would also be attached to the ledge. I was getting kind of destroyed. Oh yeah, let me just quickly show off the down special, Blizzard. Well, each ice climber faces a different way, and kind of like shoots out icy wind from their hands, which is pretty stinking dope. I don't know how they do that, but it's pretty interesting. If it's used on the ground, they will shoot in opposite directions, but I think in the air, they shoot in the same direction. I gotta check this out, actually. Let me see. Okay, yeah, they do shoot in the air, or they do shoot in the same direction when in the air. Okay, that's good to know. And that does 1 to 2%. You know, maybe it may not be that high of a damaging move, but, you know, it's still decent in, like, you know, the amount of hits it can do. Anyways, that does 1 to 2%, which I just mentioned. And then finally, we have their final smash, Iceberg. It's a very interesting one, and I mean, I hope to show it off in classic mode, but just knowing how classic mode is going to be, I highly doubt I won't be able to show it off until, you know, training. So because of that, I'll just mention it right now. Iceberg is where both ice climbers legit just... Ooh, it's not good. I don't like Gray Fox. Well, I like Gray Fox when he's on my squad. Not when I have to verse him. This is not fun. Oh, there goes freaking Nana. Oh no, she's good. Okay. I thought Nana died for a second. I was like, what? Let go of me, stupid. Yeah. Oh, there goes Nana. But it's only one guy left, so it's fine. It'd be great if I could just let go of me. Get out of here. Perfect. Okay. Luckily, I was still able to get him out of the way. Sheesh. But they literally just summon a huge iceberg, which, you know, in result, if you were to touch the iceberg, obviously, you know, it wouldn't affect the ice climbers. But if an opponent were to touch the iceberg, they would get frozen, and being anywhere near the iceberg will cause them to take damage pretty rapidly. So, I mean, it's pretty decent of a final smash, but you know, it can be a little difficult to perform properly sometimes. But overall, it's honestly not that bad. And that's basically it. And that does 2% for the hit and 5% for, you know, when the opponent is frozen. I hope I can actually get this. Okay, Nana, I'm gonna need you to just like fall down here and boom. What? No, no. Oh shoot. Okay, this kind of sucks. Yeah, be careful when you're solo, ice climber, because things tend to get pretty difficult. Especially since your recovery is very bad. The recovery doesn't decrease all too much like they did in Melee, but it's still, you know, it's still a pretty big decrease. Okay, now I'm gonna try to do their taunts, but it's gonna be a little difficult when I have these three, you know, going after me all at once. So let me just like try to at least defeat 2 of them before I even decide to do any taunts. Maybe I could try. I was gonna think about using ice shots to like make them go away, but it's not gonna work out well. Huh, huh. Okay, make it perfect. See, they can broke right into the edge. Really singing good. Aha, Wolf, you fool. Dang it, Wario, get out of my face. I was gonna hit him. Ah, you stupid idiot. I'm telling you, like, yes, they go for themselves, but they're more after me. They're more trying to ruin my life, which I don't appreciate. I wish I was better with ice climbers. Because then I could really do, you know, well in this match. Ah! Dang, I got this freaking bike, of course I did. I hope Wario dies, because he has 2 pieces of the, okay, there we go. Now he only has 1 piece. Get out of here. Perfect, okay. Wolf, chill out. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Of course. Get him out of the way. Up taunts! They set down their hammers and just jump around a little bit. And side taunts, point their hammers in the air with them saying yup. With wind blowing behind them as well. And then down taunts, they just dance in a circle. Perfect. Now I can actually destroy Wolf. Now you, sir, even though I love you, you are in need of death right now. Okay, Wolf is like really freaking annoying a sec. Nope, nope, nope. We're fine. Oh my gosh. I was hoping I could actually hit him, but nah, it's fine. Oh, that was a good spike. That was a really good spike. I can't even lie. Ice Climber's spike is really good if you hit it properly. If you don't, then they still do a good amount of damage with their forward air, and it has a good bit of knockback to it. It has a good bit of knockback. All right, Master Hand, let's freaking do this. Time for you to die. I wonder what I can use for this. Oh, back air does a little bit. Okay. I'm kind of digging back air. It does like what? 9. About like 19. How did you get Nana? What the heck? Okay, fine. Sorry, Nana, I couldn't help out, but like, you know, that was kind of on you. I was kind of on you for not dodging that. Come on. One more hit. One more hit. You know what? Belay. There we go. Now we can actually see the power of Belay. It wasn't used to its full potential, obviously, but still, we did it. So good job, Ice Climbers. And we did it without losing a life, too, which I'm really surprised about. I did not expect that with Ice Climbers out of all characters. Not saying that Ice Climbers are bad or anything. I'm not that good with Ice Climbers. So it's, you know, you would expect me to not do all that well with Ice Climbers. But I'm really surprised I did. So good stuff. Good freaking stuff. I'm pretty proud of myself. Not gonna lie. Showing the, I see it's playing the Ice Climbers theme. It's, you know, it's a remix of the Ice Climbers theme because Ice Climbers only had 1 game and that was on the NES, so of course the theme is not going to be as crisp sounding as this is. But it's still a nice theme overall. I like it.
Congratulations!
That is a very scary situation to be in. They probably should get out of the way before they get eaten by a fish. That fish, by the way, really strong. If you ever play on the summit stage, be careful, because he will get you if you're in the water. But anyways, that is Ice Climbers Classic Mode 1. Now let's go ahead and head into training mode just to check out their final smash, because that is something we still have yet to see. Yet to fully see. We didn't even see, actually we didn't see it at all in Classic Mode. Alright, so Ice Climbers, what is it called? Icicle, what is it called again? iceberg. I don't know why I said icicle. I'm like, that's not an icicle. That would make no sense. Okay, there we go. And now, if we just stand in the middle, boom. Here is, yeah. And also, he gets frozen if like... It's, okay, the frozen thing, it seems like it's random. It's not always consistent. But the damage is definitely consistent. Literally, if the opponent stands anywhere near the iceberg, they will take constant damage. And they'll occasionally get frozen. Not always, but occasionally. But yeah, that's about it. That is Ice Climber's final smash. Now let's go ahead and check out their classic mode trophy, the final thing of today's episodes. See exactly what they have in store for us. Where even is their series? Oh, there it is. Okay, Ice Climbers. The one in blue is Popo, and the one in pink is Nana. They use their incredible jumping powers and hammers to break blocks and climb to the summit. They grab veggies, and if they can catch the condor at the end, they conquer the mountain. Other than breaking blocks, their hammers are good for sending foes flying. I thought it said living. That would make no sense. Climbing down from blocks and destroying icicles. And the game we of course have is their only game, Ice Climber, for the NES. So, for that, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. In the next one, we'll be heading through classic mode with the next character, Rob, the only robot in this game. Is it the only robot? Yeah, the only robot in this game. So let's see how Rob's episode will go. That'll be next time. So, subscribe, like, comments, all the good stuff. Social media, including Twitches, of course, down below in the description. And I'll be seeing you guys next time. Pop-Tart out.